Leo, welcome to your June 2021 cosmic forecast. We're going to be using the tarot cards, oracle and astrology to paint a picture and find out what Leo needs to know about June 2021. Let's start by going back and what has been going on with Leo in the past couple of weeks. Then we'll move it to the present and then we'll move it to the future. We'll pull more as we need to go. I'll show you this whole spread. Stick with me, Leo, this is going to be good. Let's have a look at what's coming up for you, what's been going on for Leo. So these are past energies. So we've got Two of Cups. Nice. That could have been an invitation for love. Five of Cups. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you, if it is love related, you're disappointed in the momentum and speed of this and some of the decisions you've made. But we'll go deeper. I just want to first of all get our cards out and see what we're working with before clarifying and before me basically telling you what all of this is all about. Let's see what we're getting for present energies now coming through for Leo. Let's look at this. Let's put this for June 2021. What's coming through for Leo? But remember, Leo, take this messages on these cards as they resonate, as you hear them. Time and energy is fluid. Okay, so we've got something that's coming up now with the Eight of Swords coming up for the month of June. Also coming up, we have got the Nine of Wands. All right, your strength is going to be tested this month, Leo. And then we've got the Nine of Pentacles. 9 and 9. You're reaching almost the culmination on a long body of work or some hustle you've been on or some waiting to get the recognition you deserve. And you're second guessing yourself now, and those self-limiting beliefs and doubts are creeping in the month of June. What's coming up beyond June? Let's go late June coming into July. What are the future themes and energies Leo needs to know about? What can they expect? A new opportunity, Ace of Pentacles, a new offer coming up, a new path you can take, King of Pentacles. Oh yeah, one that's going to be substantial, one that's going to be lucrative, one that's going to be stable and committed for you. Judgment, right? Really, really big. And this is our first major arcana card we've come up in our reading so far. We'll pull more cards, but Judgment, wake up call. Oh yeah, a real wake up call. You have been woken up to your creative gifts, essentially, Leo, and especially Leo rising with these eclipses happening in your 5th house, Leo rising. Okay, we've a lot to unpack and there is a lot of astrology to unpack, and I want to pull an oracle card for you. Before doing that, I will turn the camera down and you can see all of this, but for now I want to just take it back and briefly get into what these messages could be about before clarifying. Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups, I mean, late May coming into June, you were almost offered something that you were very inclined to want to say yes to. It seemed like it was a really genuine offer. It could have been a genuine offer of love, of connection. It could have been a genuine offer of someone you knew, like a friend or a family member. Maybe it was getting into business, maybe it was doing something else, but you said, yeah, I could do this. But the offer seemed really genuine. And then when you looked deeper into it, and we will go deeper into these cards, I feel like there was a sense of like, oh, that's not really what you had said it was, and I don't really like the sound of that. And there was a sort of feeling of like no, I've got to let that go, and I've got to let that opportunity slip away. For those who didn't do that, you were frustrated and sad. I think more disappointed would be the emotion of how long this was going to take. Knight of Pentacles, how it would take so long for you to see any of this coming to fruition. So while the offer was really great and you were inclined to initially say yes, you scratched the surface and saw that there was a bit more to it, or a bit little to it rather, or it was going to take too long, it was going to be so much work, and would it ultimately be worth it? Some of you are kind of feeling like there has been progress. The Knight of Pentacles, while it's slow moving night and slow moving energy, it is movement all the same, and some of you are moving slowly. The Five of Cups can be about grieving and mourning. Some of you are moving through a period of mourning and grief at the moment, and it doesn't have to be necessarily due to a physical loss of somebody, like you're not friends with this person anymore, or a physical loss of a death or something you're mourning. You're mourning like this opportunity, this relationship. Two of Cups is about our relationships. We have our little love heart here on the flag. Two cups, two people opening up to be in love with each other and connect to each other. But you just thought that journey was going to be really long for you guys, and yeah, there was a little bit of sadness around that. We'll clear it up and see what that's all about. Meanwhile, we're moving into June and things are almost reaching the end of a cycle, and you put all this work and perseverance. 9 of Wands. 9 is the second last penultimate number of the numerology of the tarot, so we are moving and getting there. We're inching towards the finish line in something, and our strength is near, like, it's really been tested here, but the rewards are going to come, and the recognition is going to come, Leo, and the payoff is going to come. And I see that as we approach the end of June, coming into July with an Ace of Pentacles. So I see that offer manifesting, or that new opportunity for you, or something else is in store for you, but we have to persevere through the month of June. We're going to come up against challenges, but the challenges seem to be external, yes, competition, people that are just as good as us and they're inching towards the spot, and you almost feel like, you know, you're in the lead, but they're right on your tail. They're right on your chasing your tail. There's not much room for you to sit down and take a break, because then the people, your competitors, are just going to zoom right past you. So you have to keep on your A game. What is getting in the way? Oh, 8 of Swords. What always gets in the way? Our brains telling us that, oh, you can't do that, Leo. You wouldn't be good at that. Oh, you really think you're going to try and do that? Haha. Don't listen to that brain chemistry. The brain just wants to keep us safe. That's what the organ is designed to do. It's designed to know what the outcome is always going to be. Our soul and our heart, they never know what the outcome is going to be. They're trusting in something a little bit bigger or more heartfelt, but the brain only knows what it knows until it learns something else. So it's always going to be afraid of what it doesn't know, and it's always going to tell us these little self-limiting beliefs, and they just sound like niggling doubts, and you basically telling yourself you're not good enough, or that you're stuck in this job and you can't find another, you can't quit because you won't find another job, you can't leave this person because there'll be no one else out there for you. All of this thing, brain is trying to keep us safe, but it can be really damn annoying, and it can really come up as a block. But overall, you seem to surpass that, and you seem to surmount that brain chemistry difficulty in the 8 of Swords, and you're like, no, I am gonna be getting recognized, and one way or another you do, and you know these challenges are surmountable for you. As far as I can see, yeah, we're heading into a really sweet July, actually, Leo, for you. So I love the way July looks to be opening for you. Even end of June might look like a new option for you, a new opportunity, a job offer, whatever it may be. But Ace of Pentacles is basically like, should you take this pentacle that's been offered from the sky, the ether, from beyond you, so should you take this and align yourself with this, it's going to feel really good, and it's going to feel meant to be. And King of Pentacles, the highest manifestation of our pentacle suit, and our pentacle is money. It's anything that we can hold. It's tangible physical objects, or our physical body, or whatever it is, but it's the highest manifestation of this. It's telling me that this offer that comes up for you is going to be very, very lucrative financially, and you finally feel like, okay, now I'm very steady and stable and secure, and I've got enough to go around. I could lend someone money if I wanted. I don't need to worry about it. I can build from here. Biggest card of our reading so far is actually the last card so far. We're going to pull more, but this is Judgment card. Wake up call, Leo. Something's going to come to you at the end of the month, going into July, even first week of July, when it's like, hello, Leo, it's time to get awakened from your slumber. You have been stuck in this thought cycle of I can't do, I can't leave, I'm stuck, I'm powerless. 8 of Swords. And Judgment card is saying, no, you gotta wake up and seize the day. Basically, you are been awarded with a chance. And look at this beautiful energy. It's like you're all gray and feeling the blues down here on earth, down here in the pentacle realm, in the 3D. And there's some another dimension, a higher dimensional frequency is like heralding you now, and they're saying, wake up, Leo, there is so much more life to live, you have so much more to give, so much more to offer. You're getting a chance to really, something might come up from the past again, in a sense, and it might be this offer when you're like, oh, I've turned down something like that before, or I didn't say yes to this before in the past, maybe I should try and say yes this time, or align myself to what's coming up for me. Let's get into these cards, Leo. I'm going to turn them down and you can have a look at them, okay? Before pulling an oracle and grounding this reading again, Leo, I just want to talk to you about the important and very significant astrological transits that are going to be taking place. I read astrology from the rising sign position for the most accuracy. So this is going to be more applicable to Leo rising, but also applicable to Leo sun, I hope. But Leo sun, if you know your rising sign, for example, if you're a Leo sun with an Aries rising, head over and check out the Aries video for this portion of the astrology and beyond. You'll hopefully find some more tailored messages for you. Leo rising, right, so we have Saturn, which is the planet of time and karma and endurance, stationing retrograde, and it happened on 23rd of May and will remain retrograde motion until October. When a planet stations retrograde, it basically, like judgment, we think of redo, revisit, another chance, a second chance, re-edit, review. So we see a re-emerge, resurface. So when a retrograde, which is a retrograde essentially, the signatures of the planet are amplified and exaggerated. So Saturn's signatures of time and karma are even more intensely amplified. Leo rising, this Saturn is stationing retrograde in your 7th house of significant one-to-one relationships. Best friends, partner, husband, wife, business partner, significant relationships, and that's what's happening there. So we're basically, what that really is going to be is over from May to October, Leo rising, you're going to be redefining those significant relationships. What role do you play in them? What value do they add to your life, if any, if a lot? And then when Saturn stations direct in October, you're basically going to be recommitting yourself to what only the relationships that enhance your life, essentially. Okay, so that's going to be a lot of time of growth and seeing what's going to endure and see what karmic relationships you're going to continue to take with you. Okay, all right, so that's what's coming up for that kind of a portion. What I love, what I'm seeing most about this reawakening for Leo and Leo rising in particular, it's getting to know your creative talents. Okay, so maybe you're a Leo rising and a Leo sun. So basically you've been given a wake-up call to what makes you unique in life, what makes you creatively unique and individual. And Leo, you are the sign of individuality, and even shining through, you're the sun, shining as your most bright, authentic self, no matter if that seems quirky or on the fringe of society. Who cares? That's what makes us, that's what makes you so unique, because you appreciate all types of people, all types of life experiences, and all of that. We had a lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius on the 26th of May. Leo, that is really big insofar as that is like what is basically giving you this wake-up call. Okay, so it's so the 5th house is about creativity, our gifts, our hobbies, our passions, and it's the house actually that traditionally Leo rules over, the 5th house. Okay, the house that the sun is ruling over. So basically you're given a wake-up call to your creative gifts. Some of them, it's on the axis of you know, your collaborations with your group collaborations and what you do alone. So all about what, like, where you can express yourself and getting your gifts being recognized, and that's coming up. Leo, this story started in June 2020. So think back about what was changing around June 2020. That kind of theme followed up to November, December 2020, it was highlighted again, and now again in this end of May, June. There is like significant endings and beginnings coming up now. They might not play out dramatically right there and then, but they will expand, and you'll see them change. You'll see these changes play out over the next 6 months. The eclipse is just the catalyst for the change, essentially. But for Leo rising, it's all about your creative expression and your gifts being recognized. Love it, love it, love it. Let's pull an oracle card. Let's pull an oracle card, a message to Leo. We got it. From their highest, most compassionate self. Gates of heaven, a number 12. Maybe number 12, or break it down, maybe number 3 means something to you today. But let's read about this gates of heaven that we have. Okay, number 12, gates of heaven. All beings have a spiritual destiny of happiness and freedom, which is very 5th house. Beloved Kuan Yin shines tireless compassion upon all life to this end. Yet sometimes attachments, lower vibrational beings, entities, and elementals become frightened of divine love and believe they do better to hide in the human fields instead, human energy fields instead. They're lower vibrational frequencies. Okay. This blocks progress towards liberation when human beings and lower vibrational beings can pass through the gates of heaven into a place of peace, bliss and homecoming to the spiritual source of all lights. So sometimes you might have to help other beings find their way to the light, Leo, right? And there's love and fear, and when we're kind of operating through love, we don't really have any problem getting there and vibing higher. But when we're stuck in a lower vibrational field, that we're resonating fear, and we're afraid to step into the light, and we're afraid of love, and you're kind of been called now to help people kind of, you know, try and get through it, try and resonate in a vibration of love, really. So you might be, it says, consciously sensing attachments or spiritual presence that is not of the highest vibration, and they need to be released from your energy field. All right, you might just feel tired, angry, depleted, or not yourself. It's because of old energies that you need to release. They don't belong to you. So the lunar eclipse that happened on the 26th of May is actually a really powerful time to banish things. So I hope some of you were recognizing that energy, and you were able to let go of certain things that really don't serve you anymore. People, Eight of Swords, self-limiting to beliefs, and banish them so that you can only kind of vibrate on a frequency of love and attract that similar frequency. Let's see what we've got, Leo. Something's after falling out here. And it would have been the Five of Swords in reverse, so that would have been kind of like overcoming feelings of self-sabotage. I'm going to put it back in, but it might come out again during our reading. But let me pull some cards now and clear up Two of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you threw the towel in, or some of you had no choice because you lost somebody, but some of you did make that choice. Let's see what's coming up. Yeah, two of Wands is a choice. So you had a choice. Queen of Swords could have been with a Libra, I'm seeing. Five of Pentacles. Okay, you had to make a choice because you weren't seeing the truth of a matter, and that's why that kind of didn't work out. Or you had to make a choice to put yourself first because you were worried, and you were worried about falling into a period of desperation again, where you weren't acting like yourself because you were feeling desperate. Basically, you didn't have resources, you didn't have security, you didn't have like somebody there telling you, and not that you needed the validation, Leo, but there was no one there telling you like, you can do this, you're doing a good job. You weren't getting that, but you do get that in I love to see that you will actually get that validation in the month of June that you were not receiving in May, maybe beyond, but you really wanted somebody just to say, you're doing a great job, I see you, things are going to work out, just like that extra bit of comfort. You needed it and you weren't getting it, and you thought, well, you're normally a person or people that really do all this for me, why not now? So you needed to kind of set a boundary for yourself to sort of, and that could be the gates of heaven. The Queen of Swords is a very defined, strong boundary, okay? And they kind of like, they put their sword up, nothing can get through it, and they're protecting themselves, right? So that could have been cutting off these negative lower vibrational energies that have attached to you over the period of however long. Who knows, like you could have had an argument with someone and that person was really, really fearful and they weren't vibrating, and then their energy attached to you, and that's lingered. So kind of set an intention to kind of cleanse or release any lower vibrational energies attached to you. This is the Five of Pentacles, Lord of Worry. Definitely lower vibrational. Worry, fear, rejection, abandonment, isolation, feeling alienated. If you're not invited somewhere, if you're not asked to do something or asked to join, we really shouldn't, and we all take it personally and feel hurt by it, but that is lower vibrational. It's probably not personal. We always have to remember that everyone is on their individual journey and they're not always conscious and thinking of us. But those who love us, I understand your disappointment and why you feel very let down, because you hope that they give you the same support basically as you give them. But then we have to remember that some people aren't vibrating on a high frequency of love, depending on their circumstances in life. Okay. Okay, let's see. We are continuing to be quite fearful as we go into mid-June, but it does seem to be surmountable and we overcome it by the end of the month, which is great. And then that's when things get really beautiful. Well, I have my 2 cards flying out at me here. So I've got the 4 of Wands and I've got the 2 of Swords that came out here flying out, okay? So, right, okay, so the decision, we're like, you know what, I'm going to celebrate my wins, I'm going to celebrate my successes with the people that care to celebrate them with me. Hey, you didn't want to come, you didn't invite me, you didn't want to tag along, that's fine. I'm going to just celebrate with, if it's on my own, if it's with people I love, whoever's around, I'm going to celebrate my recognition and all these challenges I've overcome. And I do see celebration coming up for you in June. I also see decisions still to be made, and I feel like there is an issue with somebody from the past that you're still not fully resolved, and that you're not talking to someone at the moment, and if you are, it's very surface level. You know, you're not really getting to the crux and heart and soul of the matter. But I see 3 of Pentacles is always a card of friendship, it's a card of reconciliation and regrouping and coming together again, like an olive branch has been extended. So that could be the energy of the month. Ultimately, there are people around you that want to celebrate you and your achievements, and just they're your people, they're your tribe for the month of June. It's going to be a really great month for you in terms of getting recognized and in terms of breaking out of a negative thought cycle, and that is going to be so transformative for you. So transformation, the only major arcana still so far is Judgment, so let's get to it. And Judgment is all about transformation. It's Plutonian, it is scorpionic, it is all about massive transformation. The thing about the 8s in tarot is, yeah, they can feel extremely like they're never going to change or nothing's ever going to change. But once we make the change, it's that's why it's so transformational, because you think, oh my God, I'm never going to let that happen again. I'm never going to be the same again. I'll never doubt myself again. And this is all about doubt, self-doubt, or believing that you're stuck. Let's clear up. This is great. This is when we really see the magic begin to happen for you, Leo. End of June, going into July. New opportunities, chance to be reborn, reinvent yourself, money. I got 2 more cards. I'm going to grab them right now. They're energetic today, Leo. They're flying right out of the deck. Okay. Queen of Cups and the Emperor. That's beautiful. That is really powerful, empowered, but it's not just like Emperor is very boss, alpha, masculine energy. Queen of Cups is divine, feminine energy. So it's a beautiful mix of that. Death card. Now we have our major arcanas: Death, Judgment, Emperor. Yeah, so the end of the month into July is when things are a bit more energetically intense for you, and the major arcana cards are our soul growth. So something is happening a bit more for you now, and we're stepping up and we're evolving at this time. Death card is saying let go of the old so that we can begin again. Death card is linked to the sign of Scorpio. Pluto is linked to Judgment, which is the modern day ruler of the sign Scorpio. So you might be dealing with the Scorpio, or you're just really kind of in that energy of transformation, basically, and reinvention. The Emperor card, you might be the opportunity that's coming up for you at this point might really be a job opportunity that's coming into like a more managerial role, stepping up and being the boss, stepping up and taking the lead on something. That is the Emperor energy. They are the boss, they are heading the project. Aries energy, so they're the leader, the pioneering spirit, and you are not going to just be able to be bossy, alpha. Queen of Cups is the ultimate feeler of the feels and the receptive feminine energy. So this is just total, like this is yin and yang. So this is great. Like you're striking a balance here, and that's why you're going to be so successful, because you're not going too extreme. Your kind of tenacious spirit and this like go-getter energy and like you being in charge and you being in control is very balanced very nicely with the Queen of Cups at this time. Like it's like, oh, okay, there's definitely room to be soft and receptive and be conscious and considerate of other people's feelings as well as your own by the end of the month. Really successful end of the month for you, Leo. New opportunity, financial security, abundance, a chance to reinvent yourself and let go of an old way of being so that you can be reborn again. And that's, you know, your guides are telling you like, hello Leo, wake up, you have work to do, you have a space to take up, and you have to be recognized and seen. And it's great, it's looking really good. But yeah, like I said, the major arcana energies are much more focused towards end of June into July, so I'm expecting that to be more intense for you. Okay, Leo, awesome. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I will catch up with you again soon. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, that would really help me. And if you want to see more, I will talk to you soon, guys. Thank you.